Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicleknight channel. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get Pokemon TCG code cards. Are you looking to complete your card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. And please remember to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Please enjoy the discount and your purchase directly supports the content I create in this channel. Thank you guys so much for your support and for your supporting PTCGO. In today's video, we'll be showcasing Aggron from the Crown Zenith set. Finally, TCPI designed a really strong Aggron. It has 180 HP, 4 retreat cost, minus 30 resistance to grass, and it is weak to fire. It has two very powerful attacks. The first one is what makes this card very unique. For 1 metal and 2 colorless energy, Counter Press deals 90 damage, but then during your opponent's turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, and even if it is knocked out, the attacking Pokemon receives the equal amount of damage that was done to this Aggron, which means the stronger your opponent's attack is, the more damage it itself will receive. And with the initial 90 damage Aggron deals, it is likely that your opponent's Pokemon will get knocked out. And really, even if Aggron receives double the damage from Fire-type Pokemon, we don't really care because they will receive the same amount of damage. And then its second attack is Heavy Impact. For 2 metal and 2 colorless energy, it deals 180 damage. Aside from the high energy cost, this attack has no other drawbacks. This attack is just really strong. And then you can increase Aggron's attack even further with Choice Belt, adding 30 damage against Pokemon Vs. To power up our attacks, we'll be using Metal Energies and also Twin Energies. Aggron is a stage 2, so setup is definitely what makes this build challenging. And transitioning between another attacker after one is knocked out is what you will constantly need to keep up with. And Raihan really helps out with this. You can use this card if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's turn. This will then let you accelerate a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, and if you do, you can also search your deck for any one card. You can use this to grab necessary components to fully set up an Aggron, such as the Rare Candy or a Twin Energy. And if you still need energy in Aggron, you can also use Metal Saucer to accelerate 1 metal energy from your discard pile to one of your benched metal Pokemon. It is worth noting that Aggron Stage 1 later on has the attack Wreak Havoc. For 2 metal and 2 colorless energy, it deals 80 damage, then you flip a coin until you get tails, and for each heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. The damage coupled with the disruption is actually pretty cool. You probably will not be using this most of the time, but it's there nonetheless. One other obstacle that you may encounter is if your opponent uses Temple of Sinnoh Stadium, which can disrupt your attack because it disables the Twin Energy. So I added a copy of Worker. This will discard that stadium and you also draw 3 cards. And finally, I also have Radiant Jirachi as my backup attacker. With good RNG, the Astral Misfortune attack may just get you an unexpected knockout to win the game. Flip 2 coins and if both are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. Also, its Entrusted Wishes ability is great. If this is in the active spot and is knocked out by an attack during your opponent's turn, you can then search your deck for any 3 cards and put it into your hand. And this is going into your turn, so you can actually use this to get the components you need to fully set up your Aggron. Amazingly enough, this build is really straightforward and strong, and the only way out of Aggron's counter defense is if your opponent uses Boss's Orders or Escape Rope to nullify the effect from Aggron. And other than the inconsistency that come with stage 2 builds, this deck is actually pretty solid and it is really fun to play. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Aggron. Alright, let's get right into our first match. We're gonna go first, and as with any stage 2 builds, I recommend going first because you want to set up your basic Pokemon on your first turn, and it's even possible that you can fully energize and evolve into stage 2 on your second turn. We're going to start this one with the Aggron in the active spot. We have a Quick Ball. I could probably discard that Metal Energy, get a Snorlax, and then we can actually use up a lot of these cards this turn. Let's grab this, switch it into the active. We can attach the Choice Belt to Aggron and use the Metal Saucer. That way we can draw 5 cards with Gormadize. Such a powerful draw engine Snorlax is, man. I'm just so sad it's rotating out. But we also have a Bidoof, which is really good. We can evolve that into Bibarel. It's going to help us draw extra cards. And Bibarel is probably going to be my go-to draw engine post-rotation. But for now, Snorlax is what we're going for. So my opponent's going to start with Kyurem V in the active spot. They also have other V Pokemon in their deck. So Vulpix V and also Arceus V. All of them have really high attack damage output, which is really good. And we actually have an advantage against this Kyurem V and also Vulpix because, first of all, they're weak to metal. And Aggron does not have abilities, so Vulpix V will not be any good against this matchup. And then what we're gonna do here is just use our Evolution Incense. There's no way for me to guarantee an Aggron, so I'm just gonna get Lairon, evolve that, and I'll just sacrifice some of my cards here to use Arena to draw 2 extra cards. I can sacrifice these 2. We got a Bibarel for all next turn, but then my opponent can boss my Lairon, so I'm just gonna set up another Aggron. I'm just gonna Gormandize for this turn, and I'm just gonna pass. Okay, we got a rare candy. That's gonna help us evolve into another one in case they boss and knock out my Lairon. Lairon, Aggron, Aggron. Man, it rhymes. It's so hard to differentiate between them, so I had to try and enunciate all of these names, Pokemon names, as best as I can. Okay, there's Serena. They're gonna draw extra cards. And they also have Greninja V Union. Okay, interesting. Alright, they're just gonna knock out my Snorlax. I wish we had an energy in the discard pile, but unfortunately we cannot use our right hand, so I'm just gonna thin out my hand as much as I can here. Maybe we can use Bibarel to draw into a Twin Energy and start attacking this turn. And we also have Choice Belt, so we might be able to knock out their Kyurem. So I'm just gonna evolve, discard these 2, get an Aggron. Maybe we'll get Twin Energy, so hopefully we'll get it. Industrious Incisors for 5. Ooh, that was a big miss, man. We whiffed it. Let's use our Hisuian Heavy Ball. We got 1 Aggron. Alright, 2 of them are prized, so that's a good find. And we're just gonna pass, and hopefully they don't knock out our Aggron because we're gonna lose one. But either way, Kyurem VMAX, even if they evolve into a Kyurem VMAX, we can actually take a win against that, because now we can use our right hand, accelerate that 1 Metal Energy that will be losing if they knock out our active, and then we can just get a Twin Energy, deal 90 times 2, 180 damage against their Kyurem, and if we get a knockout again, that counter attack will knock out their Kyurem VMAX. So that's the plan. Let's see what my opponent does here. Alright, they also have Lake Acuity Stadium to increase their defense by 20 to their Pokemon with water energies on them. Their Kyurem V cannot knock out our Aggron, so we should be okay. We can even survive an attack this turn. And if they don't knock out our Aggron, with the Choice Belt, we can actually knock it out with its first attack. Counter Press can actually knock it out with a single hit. Alright. So we're dealing 120 damage times 2. That's 240. Dude! They whip the evolution. Which is probably good because they'll be losing 3 prizes if they did that. So we're just gonna try and dig here. Dude, nice. We got 2 Twin Energies right there. Alright. Okay, we're just gonna counter press to knock out this Kyurem V for 2 prizes. Alright, cool. 220 damage. Exactly what we needed, because that Lake Acuity is increasing their defense. They have 2 Greninja V Unions in the discard pile so far. We actually might need our Manaphy in this matchup because they can easily knock out our Aggron, our Jirachi. Yeah, because it has Greninja V Union has an attack that damages all of its opponent's Pokemon by 100, so you can just take multiple knockouts and just win that way, get all of the prizes. So we really gotta watch out for that. So if they do end up knocking out our Aggron, we can actually put our Manaphy, we can get it with our Choice Belt and then just put it into play. That's gonna be our safest play in the next turn. Then we can use right hand, accelerate that 1 energy to our other Aggron, and then go from there. So my opponent has set up their Greninja V Union. Very scary. And I think it has an attack that can deal enough damage to knock out an Aggron. So, but the counter attack effect might actually help us to knock out their Greninja. So they're gonna take a knockout. They're gonna get the recoil damage or the counter attack damage, 180 against their Arceus V Star, which will make it easier for us to knock it out because thanks to the choice belt. And then what we're gonna do is just get our Manaphy, protect our bench from that Radiant or that Greninja V Union, use our right hand, accelerate that energy, and let's see. We don't have any metal energy, so that metal saucer is not gonna help. I'm just gonna get later on, start evolving this with the twin energy, and we're just gonna continue to draw as much as we can. All right, we're just gonna counter press to deal a knockout. Again, thanks to that choice belt, man, we dealt enough damage to knock out that Arceus V-Star for another 2 prizes, and that activates the counter press effect on our Aggron. So any damage that they deal, oh dude, there's the escape rope. So what we're gonna do is just present our Radiant Jirachi in the active spot. If they do end up knocking it out, we can get 3 cards from our deck going into our turn. Radiant Jirachi is actually really good, but they have a boss's order. And they're gonna target Manaphy. Oh no! You know, this is a really good combo. If you can boss Manaphy, and then you have Greninja V Union, and you also have the Canceling Cologne, turn off Manaphy's ability, you can still use Greninja's attack to deal 100 damage to all of your opponent's banished Pokemon. So if they have what it takes, they can actually knock out our Jirachi and also our Lairon. They can get 2 prizes for that. So let's see what my opponent does here. Okay, they're using their ability to look at our hand. Do they have it? I mean, they have no other way to draw into extra cards. I don't think they have Canceling Cologne, which is really good. And if they don't have anything, most likely they're just gonna knock out our Manaphy. Oh, dude! What are you doing? Oh, man. You can't attack my bench with Manaphy still alive, bro. So we're just gonna hard retreat. Put our Aggron back to the active spot, and we're just gonna counter press. 100 damage. There it is. 100 damage against their Greninja V Union. And if we receive any damage, it's gonna reflect back to their Greninja. And none of their other V Pokemon have any energies on them, so I think we're still okay. But the problem is we don't have any more eye hands. We can't accelerate, so we won't be able to attack for a lot of damage. But Greninja is down to its last 20 HP. Let's see, but they have Lake of Cutie Stadium. Are we dealing enough damage? 20 damage? No, we can. Okay. We're just gonna knock it out with Lairon. Alright, for the win. Alright, good game, man. There you have it. Alright, let's move on to our next match. My opponent lets me go first. Alright, well, thank you for that. And we're gonna mulligan. We don't have any basic Pokemon in our hand. And during testing, that's what I've been finding out with this build. It's a very straightforward build, but oh man, it's very inconsistent. Most of the time, you'll start with a horrible hand and you just end up losing because there's a lot to set up with this Aggron build. Stage 2, just a lot of component that you have to set up. But we're going to try our best here. And let's go ahead and retreat into Snorlax. Just going to Gormandize as much as I can. We have Marnie. We can use that on our next turn. And at least we got one Aaron, which is really good. But we are going up against Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Alright, this looks to be the League Battle deck. If not, it could be modified to be better or more consistent, but we'll find out. But out of the box, the League Battle deck is actually pretty good. But this is actually a winnable matchup too, because if my opponent gets too greedy to put all of that energy onto their Pokemon to deal high amounts of damage, without realizing it, they're just basically killing themselves in a sense. Because if they deal a lot of damage, that's going to reflect back to their Pokemon, and that's just going to get knocked out. So we're just going to evolve into a Bibarel, set up our Aggron. We got 2 energies on it. Use our Marnie. 2 Metal Saucers. Okay, we have Hisuian Heavy Ball. We could use that. Let's find out what's prized. Alright, nothing prized. Nothing basic Pokemon here. Draw 1 card. Okay, we got another Bidoof, which is good. I'm just going to Gormandize for 3. Alright. We're not looking too good right now. And that's one of my challenges. I was actually contemplating whether or not I needed the Metal Saucers, because I could use that empty slot or exchange other supporters in this build, but I felt like I needed it. I'm just gonna discard these 2. That way I can at least slowly evolve into an Aggron. But for now, I'm just gonna set up another Aggron. Metal Saucer, 1 Metal Energy onto it. Just gonna put Manaphy. Just trying to desperately thin out my hand here. And then put this Metal Energy. I'll just sacrifice the Quick Ball. Okay, we got a Lyron anyways. That's good. I'm just gonna Gormandize again for 3. Okay, so we need an Aggron. We need rare candy. Well, at least we can set up 1 Aggron. All we need to do is draw into it basically, and we should be okay. Start attacking, and I guess there's really nothing to be afraid of in this matchup, since their setup is pretty slow unless they can get their Calyrex set up early on. And Manaphy is actually good with this build, because they also have Articuno that can actually hit our bench. So let me just present this Theron in the active spot. Dude, we got an Aggron from our top deck. That is crazy. Okay, we'll take it. So let's just evolve our active. And then incisors. Oh, dude, what did I do? I needed that Metal Energy. What? All right. Oh man. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna switch hard retreat back into Aggron. That way I can use Raihan, and then we can use. I can evolve into another Bibarel. Let me just get another layer on. That's fine. Start evolving this guy, and then I'm just gonna counter press. Okay, that was a big mistake that I did. Big misplay. I was supposed to attach another energy onto my active. Now I wasted 2 energies to one of my other Pokemon. But that's alright. We managed, thanks to that switch, we were able to still discard those 2 energies and use our Raihan. So now my opponent is now at a very dangerous position, because if they attack my Aggron in the active spot, with all the energy that's stacked right now, they have 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah. The counter damage will basically knock out their Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. 250 to knock out their Calyrex along with our Aggron. I don't know if my opponent realized that, but hey, 3 prizes for 1. I'm all for it, man. Let's go. So I'm just gonna put my Aggron in the active spot. We might be able to draw into a rare candy. I know, dude. We got an Aggron. but no energy on this one. So I'll just evolve it regardless. And then what I could do... Let's see, let's attach this energy. Maybe we can dig through our deck here. Maybe we can get our candy and still evolve into another Aggron in the active. Let's see. Well, what I need is a rare candy, right? Could just grab another Bibarel. Maybe we can dig through here. Let's use Industrious Incisors to our first Bibarel. Okay, another Aggron. Let's discard this one. Come on, I need a rare candy and another Aggron. Well, Evolution Incense. Okay. Let's see. Let's just get a Lairon, I guess. And then let's see what we can do here. I'll just escape rope for now. Let's escape for now because we cannot attack just yet. Our Manaphy is protecting our bench, so the least that my opponent can do is knock out my active, and that's all they can do. Just protect our benched Aggron and Lairon right now. We should be fine. We should be able to draw into the cards that we need in the next turn, hopefully. So let's see. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, so my opponent's Articuno is now... Galarian Articuno is now fully energized. But like I said, Manaphy is protecting our bench, so they can't snipe any of our benched Pokemon. All they could do is knock out our active. So far our setup is pretty nice. We just whiffed that Aggron. I mean, there was no way for me to draw into that rare candy anyways. So at least we have one setup. We just need to put energies on it. We can start attacking. Okay, they're gonna air balloon and retreat back to their Shadow Rider Calyrex V, and they're just gonna use Shadow Mist. Okay. Got another escape rope. Can start energizing this Aggron, I guess, while we stall. If they're not gonna attack us, then we're just gonna stall. I can use Serena to draw extra cards, actually. Yeah, let's just draw two. Still nothing. Okay, I'm gonna use Ordinary Rod, recover these two, so we have a higher chance of getting an Aggron when we draw with our Bibarel. And then, okay, we can draw one more with our Industrious Incisors. Okay, Evolution Incense is good. Good. Okay, so now we have two Aggrons available. We can use Escape Rope, attack with Counter Press, and then leave it up to our opponent to see what they're gonna do. Right? We're not knocking out their Articuno, but still, Counter Press for 90 is still pretty good. So that's good. Now it sets us up if they evolve into Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, and then again that puts them on the spot. They'll knock out our active. We might not knock out the counter attack, might not knock out their Shadow Rider, but we have another Aggron on the way as our backup attacker, and I think we're pretty much set. We also have Boss's Order, so even if they retreat Shadow Rider Calyrex or something like that, we could just knock it out. And if they attack with this Galarian Articuno, that counter damage will knock it out as well without knocking out our Aggron. So we are in a very, very good position right now. So the only way to get through this Aggron really is if you use Boss's Order, nullify the effect that is on it, or maybe an escape rope. But if you're a very strong attacker and that's all you focus on, you're pretty much dead meat. And that's why I really like this Aggron. This Aggron is actually really good, because not only does it deal damage, that counter damage makes it really strong, you know? Makes your opponent think, not to hit it for a lot of damage. And if your build focuses on a lot of damage and you can't control, you're pretty much, yeah, you're gonna lose to this Aggron build. So my opponent just passes. They didn't even attack. So we're just gonna boss this guy. Maybe they can't retreat it and just finish it off, get 3 prizes to win the game. And we even have our rare candy to evolve into another Aggron. So we're just gonna counter press here. So we have 3 attackers set up, man. This is insane. Our setup is really, really good right now. My opponent has all the Pokemon they need. Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX build is actually pretty straightforward too. But they have a few options. They have sniping options, but our Manaphy is protecting that. And they should have air balloons and switches as well. So they can easily retreat. But with that effect in our active Aggron, it's very scary for our opponent to attack this guy. And that makes you think, you know, attacking for a lot of damage is not always the key to getting a victory. If you can put small damage to Aggron at a time, maybe it's possible. Or maybe any decks that focus on healing can actually win against this Aggron. Okay, my opponent's gonna Marnie. We have 4 cards left in the deck, so that's not gonna help to deck us out. And they're actually behind 1 card from us, so they're gonna attack, but that recoil damage will knock out their Pokemon. So we get 1 prize for that as well. We got a Metal Energy, and yeah, we didn't get knocked out, and it's going into our turn. This is crazy, man. And let's see, I could just use counter press. We have 2 other Aggrons. They need 4 more prizes to win this game, so I think we got this. If they have Boss's Order, that's the only way out of this. If not, that's gonna be game. I like the 90 initial damage that Aggron deals, and any heavy hitters will, it's a guaranteed knockout against them, basically. All right, with the extra prizes we got, still got 4 cards in our deck. We're still good. Let's see what my opponent, do they have, is there a way out for them? I don't think so. They still need 4 prizes, so I think we got this. This game is, all right, there's the attack. The counter damage will knock out their Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Man, there it is. Another win. Good game, man. Good game. All right, moving on to our 3rd match. Another mulligan. Okay. Like I said, the consistency of this deck is not that great. I've lost a lot of games just going through the first 2 turns. Seeing that my card is really horrible will just lose you the game. We're gonna start this one with 2 Aerons to put into play. We have a few draw options here. Serena's gonna help us draw extra cards if we need to. But Snorlax would be really great here right now. Or maybe set up a Bidoof that we can evolve into a Bibarel. Okay, all right. So my opponent's going to start with the Deoxys in the active spot. So I'm just going to attach a Metal Energy in my benched Aeron and then go from there. They can attack and knock out my active, but at least we have one being energized in the bench. So I think we're going up against a Mew VMAX build. Yep, it is. They have Meloetta, Mew VMAX, or Mew V, and also Genesect V set up on their bench. And with 2 Battle VIP Pass to start, and I feel like the Mew VMAX builds are rigged. You know, they always start with the Battle VIP Pass at the very beginning of the game. Maybe I should start playing Mew VMAX, you know what I mean? I feel like PTCGO is favoring the RNG of Mew VMAX builds. So okay, they put another energy. I mean, they can switch out their Deoxys and just knock out our Aggron. But they're just gonna pass. Okay, they don't get a knockout, so that's good. I need to draw extra cards here, so I might have to use Arena. Yeah, let's just go ahead and discard Manaphy and the switch. Okay, we got another Aggron, and I'm just gonna pass. Alright, so we're doing really bad here, guys, and this is it. This is what I'm talking about. Inconsistency. And really what makes this stage, what makes stage 2 builds inconsistent in general is that your whole deck is basically filled with the components that you need to evolve into your stage 2. So you got extra rare candies, stage 1s, things like that. Whereas you can, if you don't have those, you can put more supporter cards in your deck to add to the consistency. My opponent's gonna use Escape Rope. They finally unleashed their Mew VMAX in the active spot. All we have are Aggron, so we're just gonna switch those out. They're gonna knock it out, but that's all we can do. Yeah, Mew VMAX has proven itself to be very consistent already, so this is a huge match for sure. I don't think, yeah, I should just probably concede because this is a really horrible start. Let me put this Aggron with the energies in the active. Okay, we got 2 Aggrons. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Let me discard these 2. And then I'll get a Snorlax. I'll stall for one more turn because I have no other choice. And then I'll just discard these 2. That way I can use Raihan in case. Oh no, I can use Raihan right now. Let's just go ahead and do that then. Let's use Raihan. Let me get rare candy. I'm not gonna evolve yet, and I'm just gonna Gormandize because I don't want to waste it. If my opponent sees my Aggron, they're just gonna boss it and then knock it out. At least with 2 Aggrons on our bench, my opponent will not know which one's target. And with that Gormandize, we got another Raihan. So if they knock out the one with the energy, we could just reattach it. We have rare candy. Use the twin energy, so we have one to at least attack with counter press and go from there. My opponent's only taking one price at a time, so we're still in this match for sure. And even if they attack with Meloetta, we can knock it out with one hit with a 90 damage. So let's go ahead and evolve into Aggron. Put this twin energy, and then we're just gonna counter press. So 90 damage against their Mew VMAX. The only attack that they can deal right now is either with Meloetta, but they'll need to hit for 160 damage. Dude, they can actually use... Oh no, they're using Power Tablet. Dude, do they not know? do they not know? Let's see what attack they use. If they deal a huge amount of damage, they're gonna knock out their own Mew VMAX. Melodious Echo? 240. Nice. That actually knocks out their Mew VMAX. We got 3 prizes for that. And we got Radiant Jirachi. Maybe we can take our chance and get a knockout against their Mew VMAX with Jirachi to get our last 3 prizes. Dude, they scooped. I'll take it. Good game. Good game, man. Alright, let's move on to our last match. We got a Bidoof that's going to go into the active spot. Okay. Then what I could do here, just use my... I got a switch. Okay, I could get Snorlax. Get rid of this. Let me just get an Aggron, actually. Use Metal Saucer, and I'm just gonna pass. So my opponent's using a poison type build. Looks like they're using Galarian Wheezing. If that's the one that turns off abilities, we're actually in a very bad position. One thing I can see here, if they're using Poison, Crushing Hammer, okay. No, okay, that's fine. Well, no, it's not fine, because if they actually knock out my Pokemon with Poison, I can't use Right Hand. They're gonna use Boost Shake, evolve into Galarian Wheezing with the Neutralizing Guess ability. We got a Snorlax, no, but we can't use it. I mean, if they start using Poison, at least Snorlax can tank a few hits, or at least receive poison damage for a few turns before they can knock it out. And hopefully we can draw into the cards that we need. We need to draw into support a card, that way we can draw extra cards. And we need energies to start energizing our Aggron. So this is really bad. We can't use any of the abilities from our Pokemon. They also have Crobat VMAX, okay. They're gonna Marnie. Okay, maybe that's gonna help us out. Hopefully we can get better cards here. Okay, we gotta be Barrel, but man, we can't use the abilities. At least we got the energies. We can use it on our Aggron. Oh, they have Radiant Hisuian Sneasler to increase poison damage as well. Severe poison, now it's hitting for 6 poison damage every turn, or between checkup actually. I'm just gonna evolve into my Bibarel and try to see where this goes. I'll get Lairon. At least we can start evolving slowly and then go from there. I could use Quick Ball, but I don't want my opponent to realize that I have nothing in my hand except for a Quick Ball and an energy. They're just gonna pass, knock out my Snorlax because of the poison. And I think I'm just gonna have to put Lairon in the active spot. I mean, I can attack. Got a rare candy. I can attack for 40. Okay. As long as we can knock out this Wheezing. Wheezing is so disruptive, man. Such a powerful card. So simple but powerful. They're gonna boss's order my Bibarel. Okay. It's gonna get knocked out after my turn though. Ooh, we got a Serena. Bro, let's go. I could just switch their Crobat. That way we can empty out our hand, get another Aggron. Then we can use Bibarel. Alright. Maybe we can even switch it out, get an Aggron, start attacking. Okay, we got an Aggron, but we have no switch. We have no switch. That's okay. We'll evolve into an Aggron. Put this energy. And then I can put the metal energy on Aggron. I'm just going to pass. That's going to knock out my active. But at least my Aggron can go into the active. Maybe they can't retreat their Crobat VMAX. We can use Marnie in our next turn. So thankfully we have something to draw extra cards. And then... yeah, if anything, we can knock out their Wheezing if they put it into the active spot again. Yeah, let's use Marnie. Maybe we can deal a big damage, chunk of damage against this Crobat VMAX. Alright, we got another energy. So, let's go ahead and use our Evolution Instance first. We have Rare Candy. We can evolve into another Aggron, which is really great. Right Hand is just gonna be there for our next turn. We can set up another Aggron if we need to. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna deal a heavy impact against this Crobat VMAX. 180 damage is a lot of damage, guys. And that's this second attack of Aggron is also great. Yes, it requires 4 energies, but it's just very straightforward. Oh, their Crushing Hammer we'll need to get another energy card here. If we don't, we're gonna have to use Counter Press, which is still pretty decent, but not enough to knock out their Crobat VMAX. They're gonna use Stealth Poison, Poisonous as well. That's 3 poison damage between turns, and that's gonna turn off our ability again with their Galarian Wheezing, using that hit and run. We got another energy from our top deck though, so that's really good. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna knock out this Galarian Wheezing. So one drawback to this is that they could just knock out my Aggron with their Crobat VMAX, but that's one Galarian Wheezing less that we have to worry about. Unfortunately, we didn't use the counter press, so they're gonna get away with this knockout for now, but at least we got rid of that Galarian Wheezing. Then you know, I can actually just knock out this guy because we can accelerate this energy. We have Twin Energy. Let's get up a barrel. We can draw extra cards. And then let's set up another... Oh, we don't have any more Aggron. Let's get Radiant Jirachi then until we get our Ordinary Rod to recover our Pokemon. We have nothing else to set up here. Okay, Ordinary Rod is good. Very good. Dude, we only have Aggron. That means the other ones are prized. I'll just get these two. We have an Aggron on our hand anyways. Get 2 Metal Energies back to our deck. And then... yeah, I'm just going to use Heavy Impact. That's going to knock out their Crobat VMAX for 3 prizes for us. And that leaves us with 2 prizes left. Alright. Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Alright, there's one Aggron. We can set that up for our next turn. And yeah, that's the only thing. The effect of Counter Press does not affect, or it's not useful against effects of attack. So Poison is one of our weakness for sure, and any effects really. If you have the Yveltal that instantly knocks out your opponent's Pokemon, that's not gonna affect Aggron. Or the effect of Aggron's counter attack will not affect your opponent. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're gonna present their Drapion V in the active spots. It cannot attack though, that's the thing. But if we had Choice Belt, we might just be able to knock it out with a single hit. We're gonna use Boost Shake to what? Is that to evolve into something? Nothing. They whiffed it. Maybe it's prize or something. I don't know. But we're gonna take advantage of that. Put this Twin Energy on Aggron. Get rid of these 2. We should have... do we have another rare candy in the deck? Yeah, I think I'll oh well, we got another Aggron. That's fine. Let me get another Aggron just in case. And then Industrious Incisors for 2. Switch, okay. Got nothing. So I'm just gonna Heavy Impact here. We did not draw into the Choice Belt, so I'm just gonna go with the next best thing. Just deal 180 damage. No setback to this attack. And with that Galar Mine Stadium in play, they might not even be able to retreat their Drapion V. But they have Crushing Hammer, and they discard our Twin Energy. That's fine. We have another one in our hand. Replace that and just deal a knockout blow. And even without the Twin Energy, we can just use our Counter Press to knock out their Drapion V. They are gonna Mario though. Maybe they can retreat their Drapion V back. But if not, we win this game. Nope, that's it. That's game, guys. There it is. Heavy Impact Showcase, guys, from Aggron. It's a really strong card, guys. I highly recommend it. Go play this deck right now. You're gonna have fun with it. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.